Good morning to all of you. So today in our class we are going to discuss about your parallelogram law of forces. There are some your formulas and related problems. So in our previous class we have already discussed about your parallelogram law and resolution of forces. So now we are discussing about your related problems of parallelogram law and resolution of forces. So according to your parallelogram law, there are some formula, that is, if the angle between the two forces alpha, which is the resultant force mixed with the other force F2, then the formula of tan alpha is your F1 sin theta divided by F2 plus F1 cos theta. Okay, and whenever your theta value is 0, and when the forces are act along the same line, then the resultant force value is how much? Now R equal to your F1 plus F2. Okay, and come to the second condition, if theta value is 90 degree. Okay, and when the force act at right angle, then theta equal to is how much? Theta equal to resultant force R equal to your F1 square plus F2 square whole root over. And next one is your, if theta is 180 degree, that is when the force act along the same straight line but in opposite direction, then your resultant force R equal to F1 minus F2. And in this case the resultant force will act in the direction of the greater force, and if the two forces are equal, that is when F1 equal to F2 equal to F. Then the formula of resultant force R equal to is how much? Now F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F square. Whenever means F1 and F2 same, means so we can consider it as F. So F square plus 2F square cos theta whole root over. Okay. So here whenever we are taking the F common, then this one is a 2F square, and here we are considering 1 plus this rest position cos theta whole root over, then 2F square into the 1 plus cos theta, which value is your 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, and next it is when it is square, now it is multiply here, so 4F square cos square theta by 2 whole root over, and whenever we are taking the root over, then the value is 2F cos theta by 2. This is the formula of your parallelogram law. So come to the next slide. It is your what is the formula, what is the problem related to your parallelogram law. Okay, so basically see here in this problem there are two forces are given. Okay, so two forces of 100 Newton and 150 Newton are acting simultaneously at a point. And what is the resultant of those forces, two forces? If the angle between them means alpha is 45 degree. Okay, or theta is 45 degree. So here the given data is your first force F1 is 100 Newton and your second force F2 is 150 Newton, and the angle between F1 and F2, which is your theta, is 45 degree. So next work we have that we find out, the question is asked to you, what is the resultant force. So resultant force R equal to how much? We know the formula, F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta whole root over. So just put the value of F1 and F2 here. F1 value is how much? 100. So here 100 square, and what is the value of here F2? We know that F2 value is 150. Okay, so here 150 Newton we put here. Next one is your 2 F1 F2 cos theta. F1 value is 100 and F2 value is 150. So cos theta, theta value is we know that 45 degree. So whenever we solve that this, so we get the answer 232 Newton. Okay. Come to the next, resolution of a force. We have already discussed about resolution of forces. So come to the problem, and what are the resolution and composition of forces here? Resolution is the splitting of forces into their component. Okay, so whatever the here a vehicle is moving in this direction, then this direction and the force acting, the angle is 30 degree and here 20 Newton force will be act. So resolution of a force is a reverse process in which a single force is expressed in terms of its component. Okay, and these components are sometimes referred to as the result part of the force. So here see, it is a one point O and this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and this is the angle between the horizontal axis is theta and here acting the force F. So value of OX equal to how much? We know, the consider in our previous slide I have already discussed how we resolve the forces. Okay, so whenever we are taking this force horizontally means F cos theta, I have already told that if we will taking the angle which is consist or which make the angle with horizontally, then the value of horizontal is cos and vertical is your sine. Okay, so here the angle theta which make the angle with respect to horizontal x-axis, that's why the value of F is known as, whenever we take this force in horizontally, that means F cos theta, and whenever this force is taking in y-axis, then this value is F sin theta. Okay, I have already told you, that is the most important point, the theta angle which make the angle in which axis, it whenever it makes the angle with x-axis means it is cos theta, and whenever the angle, this theta angle, suppose it makes the angle with y-axis means this y-axis also having cos theta. So theta, this angle making in which, with respect to which your axis, x-axis or y-axis, which axis, that axis is called as cos theta. Okay, don't confuse. So next come to the problem with the resolution of a force. So see here, this problem is question is, resolve the 300 Newton force into components along the x-axis and y-axis. So see here the picture, this force. Okay, here the horizontal axis, it's make theta. Okay, this theta angle is given here 30 and the force is F is 300 Newton. See here the like this. Okay, so we just sketch the angles or forces or components and make that. So whenever we make the diagram with respect to your x-axis and y-axis, this one is your x-axis and this one is your y-axis. So we draw here, this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. Okay, this is your y-axis. So the force is acting in this direction in the above diagram. So we taking this in this direction and the angle with respect to x-axis is 30 and the force is 300 Newton. So it is force is acting here means it is Fx, and it acting in this direction means it is Fy, and this is the only the diagram of splitting of components. And whenever we are taking the force resolution means whenever it is taking as horizontally, that means the value is 300 cos theta means cos 30 degree, and when it is resolved in y-axis means 300 sin 30 degree. Okay, come to the next. So resolution of force method, how we consider the forces. First of all, resolve the all forces horizontally and find the algebraic sum of the horizontal component. We are taking that summation of h, and whenever the forces are resolved in vertically, and then find out the sum of all the vertical components, that is summation of b, and the resultant r of the given forces will be given by the equation. Resultant force equation is what? We first find out what is the summation of h. All the forces are taking horizontally, and summation of v means all the forces are resolving vertically. So whenever we are find out the resultant force, then what is the formula? The summation of a square plus summation of v whole square total root over. Okay, and what is the value of theta? after the find out the resultant force, then our next work is to find out the angle theta. Then the theta value is, it will be taken as tan theta, and what is value is, that formula is summation of V by summation of H. Okay, see here. In this component forces of vector, this is the resultant force, and component force vector, this one. Okay, so in this way our resolution of forces will be done, the problems will be solved. So in our next slide we discuss about the problems related to resolution of forces. Okay, thank you.